Climate change is a serious issue that affects the existence of all living beings and the planet itself. Therefore, people all around the world have gathered together to find solutions to prevent the negative effects of climate change. Welcome to the YouTube channel, and in this video, we'll discuss the global effects to combat climate change, what are the solutions and collaborative initiatives taken towards that. Combating climate change is not a task or responsibility of one nation or another. It requires global attempts and cooperative initiatives across nations, industries and communities. Basically, it requires conscious efforts from each and every person. Here are some of the solutions and initiatives in efforts all over the world in order to prevent the negative effects of climate change. One of the major collaborative efforts in place to combat climate change is the Paris Agreement, also referred to as Paris Accords. The Paris Agreement was adopted in December 2015 as an international treaty on climate change. It covers the key factors concerning climate change, such as climate change mitigation, climate change adaptation, as well as climate finances. The agreement was signed by 196 nations on 22nd April 2016, and as of 2023 there are 195 members of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate, or UNFCCC in short, are part of the agreement. The major and the long-term goal of the Paris Agreement is to limit the rise of average global temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius, above pre-industrial levels, while practicing forces to limit the increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius. The agreement recognizes that climate change is a global challenge that requires international cooperation and accentuates the importance of common as well as separated responsibilities, taking into account different capabilities, nation-wise and other circumstances. Under the Paris Agreement, countries voluntarily submit nationally determined contributions outlining their individual climate targets and actions. These serve as the foundation for fighting against global climate change, and countries are encouraged to enhance their ambition over time. So that global warming levels stay below 1.5 degrees Celsius, the emission of greenhouse gases should be cut by approximately 50% by the end of this decade. Even though the agreement promotes a significantly forward transition to the process of combating climate change, achieving the goals associated with it remain a challenge. Another key solution to climate change is accelerating renewable energy transition. Shifting from fossil fuels, which is the main source of energy in most countries, to renewable energy sources is a crucial step in combating climate change. Many countries have put efforts in increasing their investments in solar, wind, hydro, biomass, and geothermal energy. One of the main initiatives concerning this matter is SID's Lighthouse Initiative, which consists of 40 small island developing states and their partners that work together by sharing strategies to increase the pace of transitioning to renewable energy. It is supported by the International Renewable Energy Agency, commonly known as IRENA. They engage in supporting the development and deployment of renewable energy systems worldwide. One of the significant aspects of combating climate change is developing sustainable transportation. The current transportation sector is a notable contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. Efforts to promote sustainable transportation include sponsoring the manufacturing of electric vehicles, investing in public transportation, improving cycling and walking facilities in urban areas, and enhancing fuel efficiency for automobiles. Action towards climate-friendly transport is an initiative launched with the ambition of shifting all forms of transportation towards zero emissions. Over 100 organizations are part of this alliance. Getting to Zero Coalition is another dominant alliance which is committed to accelerate the decarbonization of maritime shipping by developing and deploying commercially viable deep-sea zero-emission vessels by 2030. It consists of over 200 organizations within sectors like maritime, energy, infrastructure and finance. They aim towards full decarbonization by 2050. Forest conservation and restoration is another major step towards preventing the negative effects of climate change. Everybody knows the importance of forests for existence of living beings on the planet. It's also common knowledge that due to numerous reasons, the forest coverage on the Earth has decreased in the last 10 millenniums. Forests play a vital role in absorbing and storing carbon dioxide from the Earth's atmosphere, which aid in mitigating climate change in a great deal. Restoring damaged forests and undertaking large-scale reforestation efforts are recognized as essential for increasing forest cover and enhancing the ecosystem. Therefore, the attention given for forest conservation and restoration has increased in the last few decades. There are several initiatives in progress that aims towards forest conservation and restoration by 2030, among them United Nations Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, the Green Pact by the European Union, 1 Million Trees Initiative by the World Economic Forum, and Terra Carta, created by the Prince of Wales, are some of the significant initiatives. Another critical aspect of addressing the impacts of climate change is climate resilience and adaptation. As the Earth's climate continues to change, no matter the positive effects of various efforts taken to combat it, societies and ecosystems have to adapt to the new conditions caused by climate change too. So it's important to take measures of adapting those conditions and building resilience to minimize the negative effects of climate change. Raising ambition for climate adaptation and resilience, Coalition for Climate Resilient Investment, Ensure Resilience, Group Partnership Vision 2025 and LDC Initiative for Effective Adaptation and Resilience are some of the initiatives and collaborative efforts which are committed to work for resilience and adaptation of climate change. Each of these initiatives consists of over 100 countries and organizations. They're working towards enhancing the awareness of climate change, building climate resilience, looking for nature-based solutions, as well as establishing climate-resilient agricultural systems. These are just a few of the solutions and collaborative efforts undertaken globally to combat climate change. The global response to it is ever-evolving, and most communities have recognized the need for collective action against climate change. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.